Hi, welcome to Pause on Purpose, and I'm so glad you joined us today. Hey, we're in this great month called Courage. Well, before we get there, let me just say thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us each and every day, well, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. And what we're doing is we're just creating some space in our day, space where we invite God to speak to us, to help us recenter, refocus, and re-engage with the living God. It's very simple. We need these times. So whether you see this in the morning, midday, sometime in the early evening, or at late at night, whatever it is, I hope that it's causing you to pause and reflect, renew, and then re-engage with the Lord and with your life. Today's Pause on Purpose is the theme of courage. And this really, the theme today, the sub-theme, if you will, is how do we help others find courage? How do we do that? Let's pause and think about that. I'll wait. I'm not going anywhere. You ever think about that? How do we help other people gain courage? Well, today's Pause on Purpose is part of that. It's not the whole answer, it's part of it. My Bible's open to Joshua chapter 10, verse 25. Joshua 10, 25. Now, here's what's happening. They've already crossed the Jordan River. They've already gone into the promised land. They've already conquered Jericho and Ai. They had their setback, but now they've conquered Ai. And now they're moving towards they've kind of created this divide and conquer strategy. In fact, if you look at modern day warfare and the battle plans that they use, Joshua modeled it years ago. And where did he get that model? The Lord. Divide and conquer. We could talk about that for hours. But here's the point. While they're dividing and conquer, they come up against this time where they get plenty of tribes that they have fought, these areas, and they're led by these kings. And when the kings realize that the children of Israel is too strong for them, all of them go and hide out in this cave. And so what Joshua does is he puts a guard over this cave to make sure they don't escape. And so when the battle's over, Joshua and the leaders who had been out in battle come back to the cave where people have been guarding, and they pull the kings out and they put them down. And Joshua tells the leaders who will be taking over for him some very choice, wise words of how to build courage. He says, put your hand on their necks, put your foot right on their necks. He goes, this is what the Lord's going to do with all of your enemies, because Joshua knows his days are numbered. And so this is our pause on purpose. He says, don't ever be afraid or discouraged, Joshua told his men. Be strong and courageous. Where did Joshua hear that before? Of course, you know this, Joshua chapter 1. Who told Joshua to be strong and courageous? The Lord did. Why? Because Joshua had just taken over after Moses died, and he needed a pep talk of encouragement. He tells his men the very same words, be strong and courageous, for the Lord is going to do this to all of your enemies. That's how we build courage in others. We give them the experiences of how God has done breakthroughs in our lives. Why do we do that? Because we help them understand, if God did that for me, he's going to do it for you. He's the same God. We just need to trust him. We just need to be strong and courageous, not in our own strength, but to trust him. And when we trust him, it takes everything in us. That's what Joshua means about being strong and courageous, is to trust God with all our being while he sends us out into the world in our day as the battles that we face and the things that we go through, whether it's relationships or circumstances. We're in a battle. And God wants us to be strong and courageous, not in our own strength, but to trust Him to work in and through us. And that's our pause on purpose. Beloved, go with God because He goes with you. But more importantly, understand that you can be strong and courageous, not in your strength, but trusting that the Lord's got this. He's going to win that victory in your life when you completely trust Him. Have a good day.